And then one of the last ones that we have here is Insidious: The Red Door. It wrapped up what is supposed to be a long-running trilogy with stuff in the middle for the Insidious franchise that brings together the family from the first movie, who you saw kind of go into the further, this other dimension where the ghosts live in order to retrieve their son. And then in the second one, the dad gets stuck in there, so now the son's got to go in there to go get the dad. And since then, they had some spin-offs, some kind of like sideways stories that they were telling with some of the other characters. And now your boy, Patrick Wilson, is doing his directorial debut, coming back to act. And then on top of that, he's got the closing song in the movie. I don't know if you heard about that. He sings
I actually did not.
over the credits.
Oh, man.
with a
Now I
heavy
have to
metal
go see
band.
it in theaters.
Now you have to go see it in theaters. On top of that, do you know who his wife is?
I definitely knew this. Remind
Succession.
me. Oh yeah. Dagmara, right?
Yeah.
Dominish.
I did not know that, dude. Her Twitter's adorable. The way that she's been supporting him, go scroll through her stuff. It's been very interesting, especially even some backstory that she's had for the finale of Succession that I would recommend. But she's been supporting her husband, who's been making surprise appearances for people who want to go see the new Insidious movie. And I like the Insidious franchise. I think it's decent. I like what 1 and 2 do with each other. I think it was really cool to bring them back over here 10 years later to be able to wrap up that story that I think it was needed. Is it the best horror movie? No. It's not the scariest one. It promises some scares from past ghouls being demons that they don't fully deliver, but I like the story, right? I like what they were presenting and bringing this family back. And if you saw the first two, I think it's able to close out a lot of the themes that were going on with this family. It's definitely one of those franchises where, it's a domestic family drama first, kind of packaged within a horror movie.
Right.
And this one kind of lost it a little bit, but I think it still wraps it up well.
I had heard that the original version of this film was a lot starker, a lot more of that family drama that you feel, it sounds like you kind of connected to, and that eventually they went in and did a lot of reshoots to add scares because they didn't think it was quite enough of a horror. Do you feel that the scares are kind of, shoehorned in there in that way?
I don't care for any of the scares in this movie.
Yeah.
Like none. Absolutely, there's nothing that happens in here other than the one that you see in the trailer already, which is the CAT scan one. Everything else, it's irrelevant to me. It's more so this idea of like, how can you have trauma kind of be a metaphor through a haunting that happened in your past, and do you choose to suppress things, or do you choose to kind of wear those things on your sleeve? I agree with Pink Sweets. You can tell he loves what he was doing. Love ain't gonna make a great movie, but I appreciated the effort that he put in there. So for me, it is definitely one that you should wait till you're at home. I'm working on a longer LME because I do think watching it after 1 and 2, it works a lot better, even though you can definitely tell it's not the same director behind the camera. But hey, we'll see where he takes it from there.
Yeah.
Maybe his music career. Never know.
Right. Maybe he can use the music career to fund another one of these. Or actually, I don't think they need to. It made a whole lot of money at the box office. I'm actually seeing now, though, Patrick Wilson turned 50 2 weeks ago. Should he have been on the actors 50 and over bracket?
Maybe for directors very soon. Perhaps, kind of, maybe. I don't think he would have gotten far. I don't know who you would have put him with. I know you kind of match him up sometimes. I think he would have been with the youngins. Yeah, it wouldn't have done well for him. But
I feel like he's a guy who, like, I kind of want him to be one of the biggest movie stars of that era. Yeah, but like I don't know. It feels like he just sort of disappears a little bit and has fun just sort of enjoying his life as like a theater actor who occasionally dabbles in movies.
I like Patrick Wilson. I think he's pretty chill and good for him. Audiences seem to really liked it. I'm somewhere right in the middle between that and the splat that was the critics score. But you were right. That came in at number 1, beating Indiana Jones.